Let's go ahead and take a look at discussions and what the interface looks like when we click on discussions, how to create discussions, and how to use the features. So when we click on discussions here to see all our discussions, we can filter at the top here. We can see all our discussions, or we can see unread. We can search by title or author. Over here, we can add a discussion. There's more than one way to add it, but this is where you can go to add it. And then these settings are important. When we click on these settings, we're going to leave manually mark replies as read unchecked. I'm going to actually do those myself. I have create discussion topics. These are student settings. I don't allow students to create topics at this moment, so I have that unchecked. But I am going to allow them to edit and delete their own replies, attach files to discussions, and to report replies if that is need be. I'm going to save my settings. And here I can drag conversations either into pinned discussions, leave them in active discussions, or drag down here into closed for comments. And right now I have 4 here. I can see that these 4 all have the dates they were posted. These are older. These have all been locked. I can see that they're all locked right here. So the discussions are done. I can see how many replies there are, how many replies are unread, and I can go ahead and see that they were published, of course. I can click on these 3 dots and close them. That's how I lock them, or I pin them, or duplicate, send to, copy, or share to comments. That's just a look at the interface of when we are looking at what's here when we click on discussions. Now let's look at another way to add discussions. We talked about using this button up here, this plus discussion. Let's go ahead and go into your modules and look at how you would add a discussion in a module. So I'll come down to a module here, let's say right here, and I wanted to add a discussion in this module. So what I would do is just go ahead and come to the right hand side here, and we have our plus button here. I'll click on the plus, and I can see that I have options. So I can go ahead and choose this drop-down menu here, and I can see I can come down to discussions here. So now I've gotten discussions selected here, and I'm going to create a new topic, unless you're recycling, but I'm going to go ahead and click on new topic. I'll give that topic a name. And then when you're done, we'll come down here to add item. Now our topic is down here. It's not published yet. It hasn't even been edited yet. So what I need to do is go ahead and click on it. Once you open up the new discussion topic, come over here to edit. And now we can see we have a few things to take care of. We have the topic name. This area here is really where you want to incorporate best practices, strategies to create a discussion that is going to engage your students and promote discussion. So we can utilize this rich media editor up here to add multimedia, videos, audios, link, text, images, whatever we want to use to engage our students and to start the conversation, and include the prompt in there, possibly some guidelines for the discussion. Of course, we can attach anything we want to right here by choosing this. And let's take a look at some options we have. Allow threaded replies. User must post before seeing replies. Enable podcast grading. Allow liking, and add to students to do. So what I generally do is I allow threaded replies. I usually have user must post before seeing replies. I don't enable the podcast feed. For this particular one, this is going to be the first time I'm introducing discussions with my students, so I'm not going to grade it. I am going to allow liking. I'm going to leave it as is. I can have only graders can like, but I'm going to allow everyone to like. Sure, let's add it to the student to-do list, and let's go ahead and give it a date, and I'm going to give it till Friday. If I wanted to enable group discussions, I could do so. I could enable it and select my date range here. And then when you're done, you're going to save and publish. In closing the wrap up, here's a sample discussion. We can see here that we have some detail, some directions. We have some links to various resources that we want them to peruse, to get information from, to promote the discussion. We have our prompt down here. And let's look at what it looks like when we have an active discussion. We can see here that we're going to see our threaded replies. And we have a reply up here to the main prompt, and the reply here is to another reply. This little dot here signifies if it's read or unread. This has been read because it's not blue. We can see the author, the date, what they have stated in the reply. If we want to, we can click on reply. And if we want to go ahead and type in a reply, if we wanted to use multimedia, let's say our webcam or our microphone, then we would come over here to our uploader. We would click on this. That'll take us to where we can record our video, our audio, or if we just want to use text, we can stick down here and just type our text response. And when students are done, then we're going to go ahead and hit post reply. Last thing I'll show you is that as you scroll down the page, you're going to see that you're going to have unread are blue. So watch them come up at the very bottom, see how it's blue for a second, and then it's going to disappear as I scroll up and read it. And then you'll see the blue there at the very bottom. And then as you scroll up, these are going to actually disappear. So that's how you can kind of keep track of your read and unread. You can also simply come back to discussions, and when we click on discussions, we can go ahead and see the big picture of our discussions and gather where we need to go ahead and start getting our reply numbers caught up to the number of replies. So that is a look at discussions.